quick. If you're not watching the video, if you're just listening to it, run over, quick. Stop doing the dishes. Look.
No, stop. Oh, you got him, dude.
So some of the listeners, viewers right now might be extremely emotional hearing that Jordan has left the country.
Sarah Lamb, pick yourself up off the ground.
Don't cry.
From all of the crying that you're doing. And don't worry, because Jordan's on his way back yonder.
Wait,
across
stop trying to take that cop's gun.
No, don't do it.
Please.
Some people
You're in the UK, they don't have those.
How did you do that?
I don't fucking know. Do they have,
Some
what do
people
they have?
might
They have one
be,
that's-
dare I say,
they have a sword.
overreacting.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Some people might be, dare I say,
Overreacting. Anastasia said it again for emphasis.
Let's do it third time.
Dare I
Dare I say,
Am I
overreacting?
Am I r/am I?
No, we're overacting. Not overreacting. Overreacting.
I like misread the.
is our new favorite subreddit.
We watch Jim Carrey movies and we say, is he overreacting? Yeah.
You look like a Labubu.
Does anybody else get a little bit bothered when a combined for a term like that? I don't know the word for it. I don't read encyclopedias. I get laid. I'm kidding.
About the well, okay,
Saving
continue.
myself for God.
Right.
You
want to fuck God?
Yeah, I misread the Bible. Shoot, I'm saving myself for Jesus.
Ooh, I can't wait to go to heaven.
Am I overreading?
I'm having a holy Trinity threesome.
Neo be like. So there's a subreddit on the internet called reddit.com. And it has a subreddit, a small subsite Reddit called
He's broken.
r/reboot
AIO, which stands for Am I overreacting? Wait, real quick. Speaking of IO, I made that gold video about the OpenAI paying $6.5 billion to Johnny Ive's company
to do something,
and how it was weird and out of touch, not even for, but like it was just like very strange. But then there's now some like corporate tea that's happening where they removed that video and all references to it because there's like potentially a lawsuit of like some sort of stolen IP or...
You were borrowing a book from the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
And then it burned down. You're like, you archived.
Yeah,
you
breaking.
have the whole
Google
thing,
X, which is like the Google like experimental arm, spin out IO, which is why I thought of this, which makes smart earbuds from 2018, alleges Sam Altman / OpenAI heard their pitch, passed, got Johnny Ive to try it before copying it, and then bought his company for $6.5 billion and called it IO. Most dramatic must-read tech lawsuit of the year. So there's a lawsuit happening.
Wait, literally IYO to IO.
And
that's like what conspiracy theorists think the world
There's like
is.
puzzles sitting everywhere.
The triangle inside the dollar bill
There's
represents three parts of
skyscrapers everywhere for the eye to see, or whatever Jordan Peterson quote is.
They scrubbed the internet of that video, right?
Yeah.
Except if you watch Jarvis's gold video, you can see evidence of it.
And there's an impossible archive.
An IA. An impossible archive. Anyway, I just thought that was fun. I don't want to get into it because we got to get into Am I Overreacting? But am I overreacting by saying, whoa, that's crazy about the news I just said? I'm a hero.
Am I overreacting?
This is from you, Jake.
For thinking this is an insane red flag, and this is a text thread. Hi. I'll be the email job person.
Cool.
Hi, blank. This is John Fake Name, the district manager at Fake Company for area region. I recently went through your application and resume you submitted with us for our sales position. Just had a couple of questions for you. When is the best time to catch you for a quick phone call? Hi. This is a regular email that I send all the time to all kinds of people all the time.
Hello, Jonathan Fake Name.
That's me.
Thank you for connecting with me, Jonathan Fake Name. Today is I assume that's supposed to be a bit busy. Today is a bit busy for me. But tomorrow, I believe I would be available anytime between 12 to 2 for a call.
You'd be too busy for a 10-minute phone call all day?
Then they also provided some context down here.
I didn't respond because I was speechless. What an incredibly weird thing to say to someone who you want to interview. Sorry that I'm in the process of losing my current job, so I'm very busy and can't make time for you today. What do I even respond to this with? Would it be wrong to just block his number and forget about working there? Doesn't seem like it would be the friendliest workplace if this is the attitude I get before even interviewing. I don't disagree.
I think that's
like kind of a weird, like, this is the type of thing where I would snap almost immediately at someone in a professional way.
They'd be like, wow, incredibly weird etiquette. I'll not be following up.
Yeah.
I would probably respond, hi, I don't think I'd be a good fit for the company. I'm withdrawing my application.
Yeah,
I'd probably
absolutely.
send that one picture of a pig in a sty that's pooped on its own balls. I'd send probably one of these.
No,
You
I
looked.
did not
You
look.
looked.
I'm
That's-
looking up.
So
I think
the thing is,
that's completely inappropriate.
If you're in a position that you can continue the job search and the job hunt, and you're looking for like a career position and not something to like make ends meet, and
Yes.
you have like a little bit of flex or whatever, because unfortunately the reality is if you need to pay bills, then sometimes you can't, be as discerning about where the money comes from.
And that dynamic,
But I do think that that's like indicative of a boundary push that could happen
it's
again.
bad news, and you're not. I mean, especially, am I overreacting? I didn't reply because this felt a bit much to me.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely not
You might be
overreacting.
underreacting.
Yeah.
But I just really, I think this is something that can only exist because of the like parameters between some people who really need that employment. We can also throw out like, let's say this is a person fresh out of college that's trying to get a job in the field they worked for, and they know that they're probably going to be underpaid for their work, and they know that they're probably going to be underqualified for a lot of it. And that's like a deal we've all been forced to make with the devil in our minds, right? Is like, I'm less valuable because I've done it less. Ridiculous expectation, but it's locked in. Even the nicest bosses and managers often have that propaganda locked in. But the problem is it's so okay to do this at most workplaces.
Well,
you can be unreasonable and passive aggressive, blah, 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 as long as you are even 1% higher on the rung than the person you're doing it to,
To
which it shouldn't be.
play some amount of devil's advocate, depending on the size of the organization, the people doing the recruiting are not necessarily the people who you'll be working with on a
not a good
day-to-day,
indication.
not on a day-to-day basis, and the people in recruiting could be under some amount of extra pressure for whatever reason. It doesn't mean that they're in the right for that strategy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's like what you're gonna see on the other end when you do the job. But as someone personally who like needs some time to emotionally prepare to do like, especially a work interview, even if it's 10 minutes, I want to be at my best and most prepared and not like stressed. Or what if I'm like super, I can imagine
I'm
a
at
number
work at my current job. What about that?
I
you
can
know?
imagine a million reasons that you wouldn't be able to be free for 10 minutes.
I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
I'm like looking after 2 kids today or something. I'm on a plane. Like what?
Also, it's tomorrow. Like, how big of a fucking... So I'm giving you a big window tomorrow instead of offering another day if tomorrow doesn't work, or 10 minutes within that 2-hour window that I gave tomorrow, or a future day. You're like, you can't meet today? How important is it to talk today?
I think if they are, I think you make a good point with like the recruiter thing, and that maybe they're making some arbitrary quota, which is not, I mean, you can be rude to people, but like the thing I think that's so off-putting is like, we've talked about this actually before, where like it takes a lot for either of us to be confidently combative about something we're not 1,000% sure we're right on, because oops, and the same applies to like social conduct, like not remembering someone's name. If somebody doesn't remember my name, I will default to, hey, no problem. I mean, I forget all the time.
You don't remember my name?
Sorry, sir. Yeah, sorry that.
Remember we met that one time in passing in that urinal, and I looked at you and I said, isn't it funny when people talk to other people at urinals? And you were like, oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then you like
8,000.
splash piss on your hand and you go, ooh, sorry, gotta focus.
I'm
Gotta lock in right now. And
I
I
was
said-
wearing a face mask and a Daft Punk helmet, and I was using a voice changer, and I was one of the 9,000 white guys you met at that event every single day.
Right. And,
like,
and it's just
oh my
crazy
God.
to me that you don't remember me, because I thought it was pretty memorable.
Maybe it was on nights, I can't remember, but we did specifically talk about like times we have forgotten somebody's name in like a semi-professional context, and they instantly clap back. And this is that of professionalism. It's like, okay, you can't. If you really want to make this stupid quota, then go like, sorry, I don't have any availability for the rest of the week. Would it be possible for us to hop on a quick call?
There is a
later?
way to do it that doesn't what is this? Passive aggressive, right?
Yeah.
That like doesn't come off passive aggressive.
That's why feels like a manager to me.
Yeah.
feels like
They could respond if they really did want to talk today. They could respond, "Hey, it'll only take 10 minutes. Is there any chance you could possibly? I'm trying to get this done today."
Right.
Oh,
I'm going at it. Like, there's a million.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be too busy for a 10-minute phone call all day. Yeah, that just like hits me the wrong way.
We should say too, if this is the if this is a third party representing the district manager first person, which does happen a lot, I'd be pretty annoyed if I was the real district manager and the person that was doing my outreach was being like this with people. I'd be like, don't make me sound like an asshole.
Yeah, sometimes there's a part of me that like goes evil mode. And
Oh my God.
I want to be so mean, but
Your
then I'm
eyes are
like,
glowing.
no. This person is under the same stresses that I'm under, right? But they're just in a different situation.
Except they have time for a 10-minute call today.
So what I like to remind myself of is that this is like a reflection of whatever pressures they're under,
Yeah.
rather than anything about you, because you're not overreacting. It's a passive aggressive ask that could be made in a more reasonable way.
You don't know
No
that.
way. I just read the title of this one and it's crazy.
Ayo for asking my boyfriend's mum to stop. Am I an asshole? Am I overreacting for asking my boyfriend's mom to stop calling me the backup plan at dinner, tagged with family/in-laws?
My boyfriend, 26 male, and I, 24 female, have been dating for a little over a year.
Nice.
His mom never liked me, and she's made that weirdly clear.
I don't like you.
I try to, she says in a little voice, a weird voice. I'm gonna make this weirdly clear.
I don't like you, 26M.
I try to be polite. Oh yeah, no, she's 24F.
Oh.
I try to be polite and not to take things personally, but it's starting to wear me down. We were at his parents' house for dinner last weekend. Things were fine until his mom started reminiscing about his quote unquote first real girlfriend, saying things like she was so classy and put together. Pause.
This
Is one of those things where if true, it is like a reflection of them, and it's like so embarrassing, but like it happens.
Talk about power dynamic, right?
Like, because I've had experiences like this with the parents of my significant other, and I'm like, are you dating me or like are they? Because you seem to have a lot of demands for what they deserve.
So what do you want me to do? I'll be the different guy?
Yeah.
It's also like I don't want to like overanalyze a scenario I'm not involved in, but
I'm curious. Okay,
Or
well,
class,
let's get
something?
a class component. Let's see. Saying things like she was so classy and put together. You know, not everyone has that natural polish.
devastating.
That's crazy.
Some people are dark. Some people lack a...
Feels like she brought out her calipers and started measuring my forehead.
She's using some kind of device to determine whether I'm good at basketball.
She smiled at me and added, "But you're a solid backup plan.
Respect.
Some men just want simple, and that's okay too." What
Oh.
kind of backhanded
That's nice.
compliment is that?
No, he said, and that's okay too.
And that's okay. And I accept how simple and unpolished and plain and unclassy your dumb donkey ass is.
And that's fine.
I was stunned. I looked at my boyfriend, who just kind of awkwardly chuckled and didn't say anything.
Oh, okay, loser.
See, that's like, all right, have a backbone,
Loser.
Buster. Have a backbone, 26M.
Come here, 26M.
So I said, "Can you please not refer to me as a backup plan?" She gave me this innocent look and said, "Oh, honey, I'm just teasing. Don't be so sensitive." Okay, see, that's like, this
Dude,
is like,
calm down.
this is like scientifically engineered to annoy me, because I had a very similar experience.
And with the worst possible follow-up.
Yeah.
God, just being so
I'm
sensitive.
like, one of my biggest pet peeves in life is when someone is mean, objectively mean, and says, "Don't be so sensitive."
Yeah, whoa, why? What? I'm not allowed to say whatever I want?
Yeah, that's like, excuse me, I am impervious to consequence.
How dare you? I'm feeling good when I said it.
I quietly excused myself and left the table. My boyfriend later told me I overreacted and that I shouldn't let her get under my skin like that. This is some victim bullshit mentality.
So much stuff.
Loser mentality right
So
here.
much stuff she's supposed to do. Don't
Right.
be sensitive. Be fine with it. Be polite. Don't leave the table. Don't overreact. Don't let her get under their skin. Like,
Because
everything else is calcified.
You shouldn't let her
nothing
get
else?
under your skin like that. Why is she trying to get under my skin? "Oh, honey, I'm just teasing. Don't be so sensitive." You're not just teasing.
Yeah. Which part of that
you
was
were
the teasing?
actually being actively mean.
You are panicking because you got called out.
And you're now, and you seem like the type of mother to have their partner's dating choices reflect upon them, and you're insecure about that, and you're letting that insecurity leak out in this passive-aggressive language.
It's the shadow self sneaking out. The valve is like too much pressure. It just goes and it's like, you suck. I'm kidding. I'm playing around.
No, I'm just kidding. I just can't believe my daughter would, or my little perfect boy would be with someone so simple.
And you choose to wear that.
Interesting, because he used to have a girlfriend that I actually liked.
But who, by the way, she was also cruel
Come
too.
on, why are you overreacting?
Whoever that previous girlfriend was also bullied by this one. There's no way that she pivoted because this one's blonde or something.
And it's like, oh my lord.
Is also the layer that really does stick out a little.
I am a little bit wondering if there's a class or race dimension to this. That's
Is this
not being
maybe
explored.
his first Hispanic girlfriend?
But if
And
not,
this white family's like, something's a little
but anything
less polished.
But anything could trigger this, right? It could be like, oh, I never wanted my boy to end up with a brunette.
That would be pretty funny.
You know what I mean?
That's a pretty
It could
funny
be
move.
anything. Because we don't have enough information.
Should I put on a voice or no? Okay.
Yeah.
Am I overreacting?
Oh, that voice is disgusting.
Am I overreacting?
This is beautiful. Never stop.
Am I overreacting for refusing to lend my sister my dog for her aesthetic maternity shoot? I'm 26F and I have a golden retriever named Miso. He's 4, super sweet, and honestly the closest thing I have to a kid.
Oh.
I got him when he was a puppy and we're really attached. He doesn't do well with unfamiliar people or situations, and I try to avoid stressing him out unnecessarily.
Cool.
Good donor.
My sister, 31F, is 7 months pregnant and planning this very curated maternity shoot with a photographer she found on Instagram. She sent me some sample photos and asked if she could borrow Miso for the shoot. Her exact words were, "He would complete the vibe.
That's very funny.
I want a soft golden hour family feel with a golden dog." I told her no.
That's why we brought Peeps to be off camera over here, is they complete the vibe.
It's aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
I told her no, not because I don't support her or whatever, but because Miso isn't a prop. He's a living...
Pretty funny reason to say no. Like, I don't support you. I don't like you having kids, and I'm keeping the dog.
I don't want you to have kids. I don't believe in golden hour. A living anxious animal, and he's never even met her photographer. Plus, she wanted to do it on a random field an hour away without me there.
What?
She literally just wanted to pick him up, take the photos, and drop him back off.
Okay, pause. That's for
Dog.
2 reasons.
Speaking of Jack Russells.
Hello.
Oh.
Peeps has arrived.
You can't say if you're going to do a British accent.
Already, they're definitely not overreacting, because if your dog is anxious and they're going to be with strangers, then that's already a non-starter.
The question, the dog is the answer.
The dog also isn't going to behave the way you want.
Yeah.
If they're not, like, I don't know what they want, but they're imagining a prop.
Yes.
Instead of they're like, oh, and we can position the dog. It's like, not if you don't know how to communicate with the dog.
You don't like dogs, I feel like. It's also not
There's
your
also
dog. It's so weird.
It's weird to want a random dog, because normally
hired
it's
a
like,
husband,
here's
too.
my family, right?
Yeah, I've hired a bunch of fans to be there. I've hired some dancers.
I also think there's a level of liability here, because if the dog is anxious and then bites someone because they're freaking out.
We don't know the history. Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff. I assume there's no history, but even still, like,
I wouldn't want to risk it.
she already says the dog isn't good with, like, if it was Dipper, I'd be like, sure, take him.
Yeah.
Because he
Keep him.
He gets the vibe enough.
Yeah, he's very happy-go-lucky.
I'm bringing him down.
Speaking of, what'd you say about me?
You want his
Move your leg.
opinion?
I'm gonna see if I can get him to
he's
pose
gonna-
for a photo. Dipper, come be an object. All the
He's
way.
actually, we know for a fact he's good with photo shoots.
Oh, he's sleepy. Somebody had a big walk.
Sit.
Oh, hi.
Oh my God, he's such a photo shoot dog. It's
He's
crazy.
such a prop. He's not a dog.
I offered to meet her at a park near me so she could take a few photos with both of us and Miso, but she said that ruined the visual. She was clearly irritated and said I was being selfish and overprotective of just a dog.
Okay, some
so
people,
they're a murderer then.
yeah, like, it's just someone who shouldn't have a pet. And so it's like, if you don't,
I'm glad they don't.
and it's weird that you want this dog so bad for the vibe,
Yes.
but like could care
You're
less
gonna,
about its well-being.
Send out maternity photos and people are gonna think you have a dog.
I know,
Yeah.
that's weird, right?
That's
And
exactly.
they're gonna, no, actually I hate dogs. I just liked it for it completed
Dude,
the vibe.
We've all known people who like get the dog for puppy time anesthetic,
Yes.
and then they get to walk like every 4 days.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Because it's like, cool, I don't want to have it all the time. I want a game.
And they're like,
I
oh,
want
my
an
dog is so
accessory.
misbehaved. I wonder why.
Why are they always pissing and shitting inside? They go out every week.
Later, our mom called and tried to gently nudge me to say yes, saying
What is going on?
it's a small thing and would mean a lot to my sister, but it doesn't feel small to me. Miso is family, not decoration. And the fact that she got annoyed when I offered a compromise
agree with
kind of
that.
says a lot.
Actually, it's kind of themed with the very first one. These all have the connective tissue of, well, someone's being unreasonable and they know it, but they want the thing more.
I think that it's weird that like they can't project far enough into the future to realize that if they had the dog without the owner and the dog is anxious around people they don't know,
It's bad
that,
for you.
then it would be bad for the vibe.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's the thing. It's like I hate to have to center things for people and give them, because if they're not going to have the compassionate answer, then I have to go like, okay, well, your photo shoot will go worse. If that's the only thing you care about, I'm just letting you know that's bad for you.
Yeah,
I get
like
it,
if you care about the photo shoot, then would it help if I told you that the photo shoot would be bad if you didn't know how to communicate with the dog?
I know your only hobbies are taking the wings off butterflies, but I think
Yeah.
you would not enjoy this as much.
Mom thinks I should apologize for making a big deal out of nothing. I think the sister's making a big deal out of nothing, actually.
Yeah.
What is this deal that
Also,
the big deal of
also
not
yes,
doing
like
it?
animals aren't people, and it does make me cringe when people say fur baby, but at the same time, like you should treat animals with respect.
They
They
are
can be a
beings
member of your family.
capable
But
of love and that deserve love.
And
They
I
just
think-
don't like drive and talk.
I think
Well, he
when
does.
you don't
Oh, no.
respect them as a living, breathing being,
With wants and
It-
needs,
it
and not a
actually-
table for you to lay your leg on.
Anastasia.
it actually is what causes like dog bites and stuff like that. Like you need to. Oh, he's going under my legs.
Yeah, anxiety and sort of feeling
loves to
unsafe
do this.
is going to cause bad outcomes
Yeah,
for both the
exactly.
people and the dog.